This is so satisfying, just emptying my entire inventory. So I was playing Bloons on stream, as you do. We were just clearing out some deserts, which I think is rather fitting. And Eli in the stream asked just an innocuous question, something that comes up often in my streams. What's the best way to get oxidized mineral powder? And I gave my usual answer, killing glowing animals, recycling weapons, doing encampments, and I thought it would just be fun to try it myself. This is not scientific. This is not meant to prove anything. We all know that clip is good for farming, and we all know the best farming loadouts video. I've linked in the description a million times, and I'll do it again. But I don't think, other than like my first Mission Adventures videos, I don't think I've ever really shown how I farm. Now, we all know that as a streamer, I have a lot of very generous viewers that simply do not allow me to spend time on stream farming, but like, I know how to. Just because people fill my inventory for me, which is amazing and never asked for, doesn't mean that I don't know how to play the game, and I don't get to spend a lot of time farming. So I thought it would be fun to empty my inventory, as you saw. That is the first time I have ever done that, by the way. You can just hit T on PC and just click, 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 and I moved all of my storage over here, and I moved all the traps over here. And what I would also like to do is move out any full stacks, because what we're going to be doing is just in the spirit of trying out, can I not? Oh, it's full. Okay, well, I guess I'll just ignore it because these are supercharged and it shouldn't matter. But in the spirit of the oxidized mineral powder question, I'm going to hop into a desert with this loadout right here and see just how much oxy we can get. So we're going to switch the screen because the tip jar is a little full there. Clip in the lead, of course, she does double the resources in the lead. That is a proven thing. In fact, I always like to credit this video right here because this user, as per my request, went and punched 1,000 cars 3 times and got this data for us to show that, okay, maybe in the support for batteries she doesn't work, kind of weird, but in the lead she absolutely, you can kind of eyeball it, doubles how much you give, how much you get, give or take. So Blast from the Past is here just so that we can activate Fossil Southie permanently and keep us kind of alive, although I'm not really worried about that. Soaring Instinct kind of doesn't matter. If we dash, it heals us. There's really no other dino that's really going to help anything because we're just farming here. Archaeologist will reduce the cost of the heavy attack. We all know this. Coconuts just keeps you alive and does more damage. I don't really think I need that, so I'll just put in like Flash AC just so I can phase shift a little quicker, just so I can get around the map. And then pickaxe damage increase is nice to have just in case I need that. And there's really nothing else that I can think of off the top of my head that should really make a difference because clip in the lead plus Fossil Southie energy generation is fine. Now, we're also going to a 108 zone because I believe tier 5 stuff starts in the 94 zones, and I don't remember if that's specifically still accurate, so 108's fine. It's just kind of a safety zone. And I don't remember if it's a hard cutoff or if anybody's proven this. Maybe I just don't know, but I don't know if it transitions from 94 to the higher zones where like in the 160s, you're almost always getting tier 5, but in the 94, you're mostly getting tier 5. I don't know if it's a gradient or if it's just a hard cutoff, like now you get tier 5. I don't actually specifically know. I'm not aware of anybody that's tested that, and it doesn't usually matter because people just queue whatever power level fits them, the highest that they can queue, and then they just go from there, and it doesn't really matter. So my point is, I'm going to be going to a 108 zone, Ghost Town, like I said, just because deserts are filled with rocks, and we're just going to see how much I can get. All right, so right from the start, you can see how this is going to work. I'm going to start with an empty inventory, and I'm going to do everything I can to fill it in like 10 minutes roughly, all right? I don't actually have a timer for that, but we're just going to show everything you can do. So this is actually a great start right away. We're going to want the Xenon bow in the first slot here. We want to keep our eye on the lookout for glowing animals because they are key. I like to do the target practice because these are a really good source of materials. 10 minutes is kind of like an arbitrary timer that might just be for like the video title. Obviously, if you're farming, you wouldn't want to just do 10 minutes. And if you wanted to be anywhere near scientific, you would probably want to give yourself like an hour. If you put on one of my streams or a show in the background or a comedy routine, I like Tom Segura, then that would be a really entertaining way to fill that time. But if you guys can do target practice and you just see them on the map, like obviously pinpoint accuracy is not completely necessary. If you just use a shotgun, this is a lot easier. A lot of people like to use a minigun or something like that. You can get these rewards done really quickly. And you can see I'm already getting traps, power cells. Let me just get that last one. Oh, did I? All right, I let one go. but you can see that's already, just from a target practice and a few punches, we've got 9 Oxy. We've barely started. Got an active power cell, obsidian, bright core. I'm so glad I emptied my inventory for this, and it continues because, of course, all the 130s, we can ignore them. Just do these two right here. Quartz, plank, sleek. It's awesome. I don't think I got a weapon that I noticed, and then, of course, a melee. Maybe I could recycle all the melees at the end, but I'm just excited to demonstrate that this just gets so many resources right away. Now, I'm going to be ignoring killing enemies. Enemies do generally drop stuff, but seeing as we're doing a dedicated farming session right now, I feel like if you were playing the game normally, you would already be getting enemy kills when the defense starts, so you don't need to worry about that. As we saw from that video I showcased, the results at the end there, thank you again to that user, you don't really get that many batteries from cars. So if your focus is batteries, don't punch cars. I'm doing that because they're just right in front of my face, and they are pretty good for nuts and bolts at least. Metal if you need that. I did not clear out the builds because I don't think that part's as important. Reasonably speaking, you're going to get plenty of builds just from playing the game, and I'm weirdly nervous while recording. I'm just excited about this. Like I said, I was streaming Bloons. I was not planning on playing Save the World today, but the question just inspired a really fun video idea. Like I said, it's not scientific. I just thought it would be fun. Just thought it'd be fun to hop in game and see what I can do. Now, punching this with clip would be more, but I wanted to demonstrate that if you break ducks, you get duck tape. Like, it's kind of random, but also not. It's obviously a pun and it makes total sense. So yeah, kill the ducks. Now, you always want to be punching something that's right in front of your face. The energy in the bottom left, you never want that to be full. Can always throw a drone if something is around you. I have a daily quest for survivors, but I am not going to be winning this mission, so I don't really care. And it's always important to be punching something, because right now I know I'm kind of far away from anything big, so I'll just be punching that, using up my inventory. This is a good way to spawn an animal. That's just going to be a raptor, though. Boars are pretty good to tame if you want them, and anomalies like this are really good. So I've been telling people to do these a lot because these mini games give you a lot of resources. I've been looking into this very deeply because I want to do a new video on an every item guide. It's a ridiculous amount of work, way more than this video is going to be, so that's why I'm doing this today. But these anomalies, those crafting ingredients, that icon, that gives you so many different things. It's pretty much everything but power cells almost. It's a lot. So you can see just from 4 of these shards, not too much effort. You just throw down a drone and a teddy, kill the stuff around you without even looking. We don't need the blue glow. Look at that, nuts and bolts, 33 nuts and bolts and 10 duct tape. That could have just as easily been batteries. I do want a little bit of that just so I can get the speed bonus in the middle of the map. So I'm gonna head towards that. You can see the drone just passively killed an animal. So I said I recycled it at the end, but I love keeping the running total. 2 bogus snipers that we don't even want. They are tier 4. That is one of the things that I was considering. Like, that might scale to the end game where maybe later on you're getting more legendary stuff, although that was probably a purple animal. So like I said, I don't know if legendary animals spawn more often in the end game. I really don't know if anybody has tested that. Like, you as a viewer might immediately have your assumptions, but if there's any kind of science or data that you guys want to source me, that'd be really interesting because it might matter. Obviously, if you want to farm and you want to be efficient, you should probably go to the highest power level zone where you feel completely safe. 108's a little low for me. I am 145, but I have all the superchargers you can possibly have. So I'm the max power level player. I could probably do this in a 124, but you can see already just how easy things are. And I'm too busy talking about my power level to be as efficient. Now, I'm not running coconuts. I think I took them out, but these stacks are really good to search just for the nuts and bolts. That was 11 nuts and bolts just for tapping F. Just for tapping F. And then these bushes are really good if you need the plants. Again, that's not my focus. What are we going to get here? Perfect. So we were talking about Oxy. This is exactly what's going to give that. And another good reason for being in a lower level. Is this going to be a boar? Yeah, because, oh, that takes a while. Okay, let me do this. Let me throw down shock tower. Xenon bow is just so lame, I know, but if you're just trying to be efficient and turn your brain off, that is what you want to do. Okay. Boars are going to be digging up resources for us, which is going to be really nice. Reminder, we've only been in this game for about 4 minutes. Like, I'm looking at the timer of the recording. Are we at 4.5 minutes right now? And we got Oxy from the, yeah, look at that. 8 Oxy, 9, so I got 1 from the ground, and then I got 28 rough ore and 4 more from the enemies that I killed. Of course, if you kill mist monsters, as we have here, you will get more and more items, but combat happens a lot when you're defending. And look at this, in 4 minutes, we've gotten half of a, well, that's not that many mechanical parts, but we're in a desert, so we got 36 Oxy, 105 nuts and bolts, and this hasn't even been that efficient. And that's one of the things that kind of excited me to record this. I thought, what if I made this like a semi-running series? Like, if you guys like this, you like the madness of me jumping into a game and seeing how good I could do, it might get like a little competitive in my own way to just try and see like how many resources can we get in 10 minutes of farming on a map. Again, not scientific. I didn't chart a route. It's not like I spawned into the game and looked ahead and had any kind of idea. So I'm actually waiting just for a second here, because when you use energy, it stops generating naturally. So it's nice to just wait for it to go all the way to full, then punch twice. I want to phase shift over here, but I actually want to save it. Let's just wait up until about 90 something. There we go. Then we can punch both in one go. I want to punch this rock, but over here, right on the end of your arc, kind of curves down a bit. So if you're shooting or aiming for something that's lower to the floor, like if you go right up front, this might work. Oh, it didn't. So perfect demonstration. If you back up a step, when you come down, it'll actually break that. And of course, you want to combine two at once. A lot of people do like to use Long Arm of the Law. I explained why I like Blast in the past. I think more energy is better, but being able to you know, shoot further is kind of nice. And that's useful in things like ventures. There are certain... Look at this board, just digging up loot for me. Thank you. There are certain ventures modifiers like the super modifier in the winter season, where a lot of people think this is a bug. It is not. It's actually part of the modifier that Outlanders consume no energy when they punch. None at all. So in that modifier, it makes no sense to be generating energy. You can run clip in the lead, and that's your entire loadout. So if you're actually punching the animal spawn areas are really good. Punching them? I'm going to check this out because people in the chat are helping me out. This boar... Is this just from the boar? Just digging up loot all around me? It's good to keep an eye on that. So he said punching the animal areas. Am I about to learn something new? Did this get destroyed? Or am I blind? Okay, it's over here. Yeah. So punching this is really good. Oh, I got rough war from that. Thank you, Demon. Oh, was that? Yeah, Demon Gamer. Shout out to him in the chat. All right. Apparently punching those spawn areas gives you stuff. I've been ignoring these cactuses as well. Planks and twine are really, really strong. I need to emphasize that a lot. We learned this in Frost Knight. I never even realized this, but crafting broadsides, well, not broadsides, ceiling drop traps, one of the best traps in the entire game. Costs efficient, plank, and twine. Okay, all right. Wall darts, also very good. Efficient, planks, and twine. Okay. Wall launchers take planks, and you know what? Let me show you something. I made a chart. I want mom to put this on the fridge. So I made a chart of how many traps use every single ingredient. I might be missing one or two, forgive me, but you can see that planks are the most used ingredient in the game. Nuts and bolts are shortly behind it, and mechanical parts are right behind it. I know I'm labeling this with efficient parts, but that could be sleek or sturdy, whatever. It just kind of varies depending on the power level. And you can see that the bushes are actually the least used. You're just using them in healing pads and gas traps, and there is a wild turkey walking behind me, about to be in frame any second if it keeps going. Can we just wait one more? Is it gonna keep... Oh, there it goes. Just a wild turkey in the backyard. All right. Okay. Anyway, so this is how many each trap is using. So when I emphasize the importance of certain ingredients, that's what's on my mind. Like, planks might sound really boring. If you're a brand new player who doesn't really know what's good and what's bad, you might assume some pieces of wood might not matter, but some of the strongest traps in the entire game use them. So a nice little setup like right here, super... Oh my gosh, I only got one. Still got 9 planks from that, by the way. Okay, now we're up to 15, and then 18, 20 planks from that, and then I'm getting bullied by the nature enemies. Of course, they will be sapping your energy, so you kind of want to be careful. And like I said, as I'm generating energy, I want that to go close to full. So let's just wait just a little bit. There we go. Fallen Love Ranger Jonesy is another hero that generates energy. He can be nice. Oh, these are actually like mini rocks. So that's what's... Oh, I didn't even know that. I thought they were just visual. All right, as I mentioned, mist monsters drop good loot, so let's kill him. There we go. Planks, oxidized building materials, and nuts and bolts just for two-shotting a mist monster. Okay, well, that was worth it. Here we go. Want some efficient parts just because it's right there. Here we go. Wait a couple seconds. I see that rock over there, so I like to try and get it. It doesn't always work out. And it might seem like I'm slowing down the video just to explain that, but I'm really just trying to share this information to the people who are watching this who might be somewhat new to the game. It is really important to kind of line up your punches as well as you can. I like to make a little game of it in my own head just to see how much I can get in one shot. Let me just... Oh, that was a great shot, Beast. Nicely done. Throw the drone just in case there's another crow. I can get that in a second. You can see the punch is really wide. Adhesive resin just got picked up with that. Adhesive resin is really good for one specific reason: rocket ammo. You can see... Is it not? Yeah. When you go over here and you craft rocket ammo, my overlay is covering it, but adhesive resin is used in rocket ammo. That is a big deal. I don't know if you guys knew this, but rockets are kind of insane, and being able to craft more of them is great. So, yeah. My animal might might have died or I'm blind, but I can see this over here. Punching this is so good. Look at that. Demon Gamer just out here teaching me. You guys can tell. Like I said, I'm not trying to hide the fact I do not farm that much, but little things like that apparently escaped me, and it makes me glad to still be learning. You know, 7,400 hours in this game, and all right, in fairness, those animal encampments have only been here for like a few months, so it's not like I had that long to know that, but yeah, killing smashers is also good. Noah in chat just got batteries from his. Of course, searching the ammo containers are great. And I did talk for a little bit. Technically, oh my goodness, somebody did a thing. For a gifted sub to... Thank you, Kieran. Again, I'm recording this on stream if it wasn't obvious. But we're roughly at the 10-minute mark. I don't want to end this video right now because I'm getting killed, and that's a terrible time to do it. But I also spent a little bit of time talking about traps. So we'll go a little bit over. I'm eyeballing this. It's not meant to be a serious timer. And there's a lot of times where I'm pausing to demonstrate stuff like punching efficiency, like right here. This is too low to punch normally, so you go back a little bit, and then you go down and into it, which is... more effective way to hit it. I want to hit that encampment. So just as a little check-in, all right? Just as a little check-in. We're not done, but we're going to recycle the tsunami. I don't even care what that gives me. That's why we'll see the total. Replace any traps that I got that are definitely not mine. That's a 130 that I don't believe is mine. You can usually tell because the traps you get from animals don't have perks. So if you have an inventory full of traps, as I'm sure many of you do, you can just recycle it easily. Look at that. This is from basically 10 minutes. 350 rough ore, 87 oxy, which is basically 3 weapon, or no, do oxy weapons? Let me look at a shotgun. Do they normally take 36? Okay, I think that's melees that I'm thinking about. No, not even. Still takes 30. It's 36 for sunbeam. Okay, thank you guys again. Why am I getting the weird, that's not the normal sound effect for subscriptions. Streamlabs is just changing stuff on me, but these quartz encampments will give you quartz and the crystal of your power level. So if you're in like the 70 and 80 zones, then you'll be getting Shadow Shard, and you can still get that in the end game. But at this power level mission, I should be able to get Sunbeam from these encampments. So once again, demonstrating why we're in a little bit of a lower power level, because I believe it shouldn't matter. So easy cleanup, because the Xenon Bow is just crazy like that. And yeah, I got Shadow Shard. Unfortunate, would have absolutely preferred Sunbeam. Not really much you could do about that other than just keep going. The most inefficient thing you can do is stop for any reason if you get upset about what you got from rewards. Look at that. Oxy, oxy, oxy. Dodge the enemies long enough to just do that. I got rough ore there. Yeah, when you're punching with clip, I think you're guaranteed rough ore every single time. And rough ore is very good. I can pull that chart up right away just to say, like, rough ore gives us steel electric fields, tar pits. I mean, really, really useful stuff. Does it really get involved in wall launchers? I mean, I made this chart. I should know, but yeah, I guess it takes rough ore. Yeah. Oh, yes, I see you right there. Glowing animal. Easy. That's why I always say kill glowing animals. 13 planks. What was that, 11? Was that 11? 12 batteries and a tar pit, which of course we can recycle for loot, which is just so much. That was one Xenon Bow shot for a single energy cell. I got like 40 items out of that. That's crazy, and potentially a good stopping point. So there you go. There's a really, really random video, potentially a new series if you guys end up, I see you. And I see you. All right. Potentially a new series if you guys want to see more of this. Do you guys want to see me go into different zones and just mad dash scramble around the map trying to farm and inform as fast as I can? Because I might be open to doing more of these. These are easy enough to produce. I don't plan on editing these because I'm just having a good time. And if you guys learn anything or enjoy it, maybe we can keep this going. So let me just recycle those final items. I think I got them all. Hopefully I didn't miss anything, but this is the final tally. As I said, I didn't throw out builds. I only got one power cell, but we didn't see any gnomes. Those would be more popular in gnome shops in like cities, and I didn't really go searching for that. Crystals and stuff, again, I didn't do that many encampments, and most of the drops from the enemies were kind of low tier. I got Shadow Shard and Sleek parts a lot more than mechanical, which is unfortunate, so maybe going to a higher zone might make a difference. Maybe we can learn together, see if that gradient or cutoff is a thing, but this is a pretty good haul. 33 batteries, 93 oxy. If you did this for an hour, you can basically 6 times this entire inventory, and that is plenty. You can get so much by just punching stuff. And of course, if I went to a forest zone, I would have gotten a lot more carved twine than oxy. Forests are very satisfying to farm in because there are trees everywhere. Even in a desert, you know, surrounded by rocks, so to speak, you're really kind of not, though. Rocks are a little spread out. It's not as easy, but I mean, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I'm giving it 10 minutes just for the video, so we're not here all day, but like, as long as you just keep going. You'll keep getting more and more and more. So when people always ask to trade and they beg for resources in my chat, me and my audience tend to just roll our eyes because, like, this is how easy it is to farm. And there you go. There's a little look into farming and Save the World. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Leave a like. Let me know if you guys want more of this. And leave a dislike if you don't want more of it. That way I know. So that's it. Goodbye. I'll see you guys in the next one.